Yo, what up, y'all? T Cherry in the house. Getting into this Pokemon game. Finally decided to step it up and join the big boys. And I'm not like, the complaint of a lot of collectors of the new wave coming in of people looking at this as an investment. No, that ain't me. I'm here because I love Pokemon. And I loved it ever since I was a little kid. And I've collected the cards when I was a kid. Unfortunately, moving around so much as a kid and everything else, all those Pokemon got lost. And having lost all those Pokemon, I got very discouraged with the idea of collecting again. But here we are, a decade and a half later. I'm like, you know what? Let's get in on something that is exciting. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I regularly play the Pokemon trading card game online. I've been playing it ever since it was on desktop, and then it was on Android, so I switched to an Android from an iPhone just so I could play it, and then they got it back on iPhone. And let me know what y'all think about this recording quality. It's on an iPhone 17 that I just got. But long time player of the game, and collecting is cool, but battling is better. Okay, I love the trading card game. So if I get lucky enough to get any insane pulls, like $100 card or above, I'm most likely just gonna take it down to my local card shop and trade it for more meaty cards for a deck. Because my goal is to be in tournaments and to win. And right away, this Elite Trainer box threw me off guard. We got Greninja upside down and Chaos Rising. It is in fact just chaotic, okay? Great way to get back into the Pokemon ordeal here. And as you can see, I got some Pokemon in this little box here. Trainer's Toolkit. Came with a bunch of trainers and stuff. And I accidentally fell for, I was at Meijer, which is it's like a Walmart but for Michigan. So I was at a Meijer and they're called lightning boxes. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. And open them up, immediately was disappointed. And it's just basically people had bought packs and went through them and put all the cards that they didn't want, repackaged them, and now they're selling them. It's like a secondary market, which is wild to me. That just shows how out of touch I have been, because I didn't even realize that was even legal, that they could do that. But hey, more power to them. So here we are, we're getting into this Elite Trainer box. I'm really liking how it's set up. That's kind of a neat shape here. I like that. Okay. Oh yeah, I like these. That's nice because what do they call that? It's not like a shade or variance, but it goes from blue to pink. I like that. Okay. We're gonna open this up because we're probably gonna be sticking cards in these. Trash go over there. Oh yeah, I mean, you know what I like about it is that it's not over the top shiny. It's still just like a matte. It's respectable, It's chaotic, but it's not too chaotic. Okay, so right away we got this is the promo. All right, that's pretty cool. Any card with Call for Family is always good to be putting in a battle deck. You'd like to see, a basic 70 HP is pretty safe. A lot of your cards that cost 1 energy for attack only do up to 6 or provide 6 damage counters of damage. So could be a good card to utilize in a deck. And we got some spacers here. And that, I'm pretty sure I already revealed it, but hey, giveaway. First come, first serve. Alrighty. So right away, I hope it has all the energy in it, because that would become really handy. Just like 10 of each energy. Because I have a couple Crispins, and then the Crispin, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that trainer, but it basically allows you to search your deck for up to 2 energies and apply one to your Pokemon, and then you can apply one from your hand, just like you're allowed to every turn, which creates a huge advantage in a battle. And yes, okay, sweet. So it just comes with a little bit of everything, but I don't believe it's 10 each. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 leaf. It's not terrible. I wish it was 10 of everything. But beggars can't be choosers. Let's see what else we got here. We got, oh yeah, damage counter. A little Froakie for the coin. All right, let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 boosters here. All right, let's see if we can get some good cards for a deck here. And I have been playing this online, and I made a deck, and it incorporates, let's see here, I don't know if you guys can see this, incorporates this guy, and then, because he evolves from what? This is Gourgeist from Pumpkaboo. Okay, I feel very not in touch, not being able to pronounce that. But basically, pairing him up with Trevenant, it's a great combo. Sorry, so here we go. Patrat, what's that ability? Okay, I mean, that could come in handy later on. For my Batang. Pretty typical metal attack, guard press. All right, here we go. That's a nice, if you can get 4 of those in a psychic deck, that's a good setup because it's just the 1 energy and then it provides you 5 cards in your hand. Devolution Ray, that's always a fun attack. Okay, what is this? You must play 2 Transformation Tome cards at once. This effect works 1 time for 2 cards. Okay, so I mean, it's only 2 chances out of the whole deck. So it's a 1 in 30 chance. Choose a basic Pokemon in your discard pile and switch it with one of your basic Pokemon in play. Any attached cards, damage counter, special conditions, turns in play, and any other effects remain on the new Pokemon. That has a lot of potential, especially if you've got a Pokemon that you really just need using it more than 4 times. Right on. Wow, really shiny Beldum. Phantom, shiny. Ooh, and a Crobat. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may use this ability. Search your deck for a card, shuffle your deck, then put that card on top of it. So it's like that, I forget the name of that one trainer. But that's a sweet card. Confused and Poison, along with the 80 damage, that's a lot of stuff going on just for 1 energy. Honestly, this could be a great no rule box card. Wow, that's a good pull just right off the first pack. Pretty excited for that. Oh man, here we go. Another Patrat. Wow, is this the same? Okay, different Deoxys. So we got all these cards again. And Okay, so Genome Charge is... Okay. This deck does 20 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Wait, okay, that's pretty much every psychic attack. That could be a strong hitter against some of your heavy like retreat cost Pokemon, like a Gyarados or something like that. But I'm not sure if there's a lot of cards. I'd have to look through the gallery. It looks like Mega Floetta EX takes 3 energy for its final attack. So I mean, yeah, it's a good trade-off. Basic. I mean, and it's a non-rule box. They're only going to take 1 card from you. But then again, I mean, you're giving up 3. So, pretty mid card. Your opponent reveals their hand and you draw a card for each Pokemon you find there. Wow, I like that. I like that, trainer. Attacks used by your opponent's active Pokemon that has a Pokemon tool attached do 20 less damage. And he doesn't have to be in the active spot for that. So that paired with, that Crobat, a Dark Energy deck actually seems like it would be pretty powerful at this point. Sliggoo, Ferroseed, boom! All right, sweet. Gourgeist EX. So the reason why he pairs so well with Trevenant. Let me see if I got the... is he hiding in here? No. Okay. Oh, yeah, right here. So Phantom, if you look at this Spiteful Evolution, once during your turn, you may use this ability, choose a card in your hand that evolves from this Pokemon, and put it onto this Pokemon to evolve it. If you do, place 2 damage counters on that Pokemon you evolved in this way. You can use this ability during your first turn. So you can lay this guy down in mid-game, evolve him, and he's got 2 damage counters on him. Do this up to 4 times, and you have 4 of these guys in your deck. So, boom, that's right off get, 4 cards in your on your bench that have damage counters on it. So that's 230 damage just for 1 energy. So that makes it a pretty good card to pair with that one. We're actually going to slap him in here along with Phantom. Because I think that's the direction that we are already going. And it would be cool to make a deck, a Psychic and Dark deck. But yes. Sweet. Okay, here we go. We got it switched up here. It just seems like the 2 packs were almost identical. Woo. Donphan. I've always liked this Pokemon. Just the idea of an armor Pokemon rolls up into a ball, but he's an elephant. It's just a really cool concept. During your next turn, attacks used by this Pokemon do 120 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. And what I like about this attack is it doesn't say it's Smashing Headbutt. So like a lot of these with this setup will be like their secondary attack will do X amount more damage. This one just says used by this Pokemon. So no reprieve, second time around, hitting for 140. Yeah, and that, I mean, Smashing Headbutt. If you got 4 energies to burn, you could really do some damage if you hit him with no reprieve beforehand. Great card. Okay, Wimpod, another Deoxys, Emma, sweet trainer. Yes. Okay, sweet. So now we got both of these. I could grab the other shiny. We could slap those in the deck as well. Bergmite. And this is kind of a mid card. I mean, the art isn't even that great. Kind of a dud on that end. But we got these. Sneak back here. I thought we had a shiny, didn't we? Nah, I'm tripping. I have no shiny one. Just this one. Oh, yep. Set him aside. Buddy attack. If you play Emma from your hand during this turn, this attack does 60 more damage. Oh, okay. We see you, Whisper. Great Hall in that. Okay, so it's catered towards water Pokemon. Trainers that cater towards a certain element are OP, and you have to keep with every, collection that comes out. There's always these type of trainer cards. So with each collection, if you're playing strictly to that collection, there's always an element that's at a disadvantage and one that's at a huge advantage. So like if this was the only trainer of its type, that caters to the water element, then the fire Pokemon are at a huge disadvantage. And they usually do a good job of making up for that for Mega Charizard EX, or just creating this awesome, powerful fire type Pokemon to where you almost need to snub it with a trainer like this. But choose one or both. Choose up to 3 water Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck, or shuffle up to 3 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. And it's interesting that it gives you the option. Definitely it's foreshadowing a card to where it may not be advantageous for you to do both. Like a Kyogre has a card to where basically, I think the attack's called Riptide or something like that, but to where the more water energy you have in your discard pile, the more damage it's going to do for a lesser energy cost. And the effect of the attack actually puts those energies back into your deck. So interesting card there. Wow, this is the 3rd different type of Deoxys. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from Pokemon that have an ability. And I noticed this by playing the trading card game online. That could be OP, because a lot of people, just like what I'm doing right here, using, we got Garbodor with the ability, Phantom with an ability, to where that could just greatly snub someone's ability to win by just not allowing them to do damage. So a great defensive card there. Prism Tower. Once during each player's turn, the player may discard 2 cards from their hand in order to draw a card. Okay, that could be a great card. Delphox. Okay, yeah, here we go. Once during your turn, you may discard a basic fire energy card from your hand in order to use this ability. Draw cards until you have 7 cards in your hand. And then, yeah, this attack does 30 damage for each energy attached to all Pokemon. That is actually wow. That's actually a great card. Oh, boom! Mega Flood EX, and look at this. What's going on around that? Okay. Full art, wow. And it's a basic. Okay. Heal 30 damage for each Pokemon. Both yours and your opponent's. Oh, that's weak. Eternity Bloom 200. Search your deck for up to 4 basic psychic energy cards and attach them to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. Oh my gosh, it just has like the most terrible attack, but you get, oh my gosh. Yep, that's a nice one. Chestnut, all right. If this Pokemon is in an active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, place 3 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon for each leaf energy attached to oh my! That has the potential to be an insanely defensive card. If you were to pair this with, what is it, Ogre Teal? The one that has the ability to where, I think it's Teal Draw or something like that. Or basically, you can attach a leaf energy to your Ogerpon and then draw a card. pair that with the Mega Venusaur EX with the Fever Dump attack. I forget what his ability is, but basically you can just move these wherever you like all the time. Wow. The Leaf energies, the Leaf decks are going to be hard to beat. Hard to beat. Wow, that pack was insane. Insane. Another Trubbish. Oh, yes, please. Oh, yep, I think so. Ooh, what's this? AZ's Tranquility. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you move the Pokemon EX to your bench in this way, heal 80 damage from that Pokemon. Okay. And a Ho-Ho. It's pretty mid. But you know what? The art on this is actually, it's a lot better than whatever that one was. Xerneas. And we'll probably end up throwing a couple of Deoxys in this. Search your deck for a basic Leaf Energy card. Attach it to this Pokemon. Okay. Summoning Jutsu. Search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand. That's actually kind of an OP attack for just a stage 1 out of a full set, stage 2. Sweet. I just hate how they always make Ninetales like the most mid Pokemon. It just bothers me. Golisopod. What am I looking at? A 6'7", 238-pound hard scale Pokemon. Wow. That thing looks like a transformer. That is sweet. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from an effects of attacks done. Oh my gosh. Sweet little Pokemon there. During your opponent's next turn, their poisoned Pokemon can retreat. Ooh. Zubat. Okay, you know what? We're going to, because I know we got Golbat too, we're going to grab Golbat, Crobat. We got this in there. Pretty good deck going here. And yes, so this is what I was talking about. Great defensive card with Cursed Roots, because during your opponent's next turn, energy can't be attached from your opponent's hand to defending Pokemon. So basically, anytime you're building a deck, there's really 2 ways you can win the game, and that is to effectively create as many chances for you to win, or to block all chances of your opponent from winning. So this does more. This is what I would call a block card, a defensive card, with the fact that it is limiting your opponent's ability of putting energy onto their Pokemon. Which anytime you can do that puts you at a huge disadvantage, or puts your opponent at a huge disadvantage, and that can be, the winning factor. So let's go back here. Let's find Crobat and Golbat. Wish we had some more Zubats and Golbats. Oh, my wish was answered, huh? And I didn't read this attack. During Your opponent's next turn prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from basic Pokemon. Oh, that is huge. They've stepped their game up with these stage 1 Pokemon. And I've always been, I can't say I've always, but it's kind of like a new concept that I dreamt up, and I wish Pokemon would implement this into the trading card game. To get away, I mean, it's always the basics in the stage 2s that get the hard-hitting cards, right? Never the stage 1s. And it'd be nice if they brought back like they had the Primal and then the Delta, and it'd be nice for them to come back out with a tier of card like that, but it only applies to stage 1. So basically, whatever stage 2 card you have can't evolve from that stage 1, whether we'll just call it a stage 1 alpha. Okay, so the stage 1 alpha, and it's just like a super powered Ivysaur. It's like a 220 HP Ivysaur that, has a 2-hit card. It's like it's 2 grass and a colorless for hits for 200, like Vine Whip, like an overpowered Vine Whip or something like that, something crazy. And it'd be cool with the full art. And I think from a collector standpoint, because I was a bigger fan of Charmeleon than Charizard, and here's why. And it goes back to defense and offense. So Charmeleon, oh yes, another Zubat, is strictly a fire type, okay? Whereas Charizard is both a flying fire, in most cases, I won't say most, but in some cases, a dragon type. Okay, so that means, yes, he has all those attacks, which provides him the arsenal in which to do a lot more damage to the various Pokemon that are vulnerable to those types. But it also puts him at a disadvantage to where he could be weak to both electric and water. Whereas Charmeleon, he gets shocked. I mean, it's just, it ain't no big news to him. He's fine. He's chilling. It's water. Water's all he's got to worry about. So, and therefore, like Charmeleon, to me, I've always felt like, why evolve and have to worry about being hit with electric attacks, whereas Charmeleon, all you got to worry about is water Pokemon. And, he could venture, I'm pretty sure Charmeleon, you see the talents he's packing, he could obviously learn like a Dragon Claw attack or something like that, Anyway, rant over. Watchdog, colorless. Okay, sometimes these provide nifty little attacks like Bidoof a couple collections ago. Let's see what this. Snap Inspection, flip 3 coins. If any of them are heads. Wow, so that's pretty likely that you're going to be able to do this. Your opponent reveals their hand. For each heads, choose a card you find there and shuffle it into your opponent's deck. Okay, it would be a lot more powerful if you just got to discard one of them. But still, pretty neat nonetheless. Another Golisopod. I've never seen this. I'm gonna have to look up the lore on this. This might be my new top 5. Look at this thing. Oh, it looks so sick. Roxy, yeah. Oops. Goodra. When your opponent's active Pokemon retreats, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, energy for its retreat cost is not discarded, and they don't switch Pokemon. Oh, okay, so it's like, psych, you can't retreat. And that's actually relatively cheap, but it's no Dragapult EX. I think that was his name, who was also a dragon type. It was, what was it? A fire and a psychic, or electric and a psychic, I can't remember. but it did 200 damage and then 6 damage counters. Such an OP card. I hated people that build decks out of those. It was just like the most noobiest thing ever. It was like in Black Ops 2, just running around with the SVU and hardcore. Anyway, we're off topic. Wow, that's really pretty. No weakness, no reason. Oh, I love how that right there doesn't affect the art. Its 4 horns are a high-performance radar system. It uses them to sense sounds and smells rather than using ears or nose. Wow, that is really pretty. Hopefully that's a hitter. And I can trade that in for the card shop for some energies. Magnetic energy. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon that provides steel energy, the steel Pokemon this card is attached to has no retreat cost. Wow, that's big. Because a lot of your steel Pokemon have insane retreat costs, like Steelix, Magneton, Argon, Shieldon. I mean, they all just have massive retreat costs. So that's a huge energy, but I haven't seen the steel, and you don't. I would love for them to come out with a gallery where it's just the promo is a Shieldon, or the promo is a Steelix, or a Magneton. Just something like, let's steal a steel, man. Let's get back to it, because like, oh my gosh, you imagine pairing this with some sweet steel types. I mean, you're gonna be unbeatable, and it would be cool to see them kind of like they've done with other Pokemon. Kind of see some other Pokemon's venture into the steel, like the Hitmons. Like, imagine a steel type Hitmonlee EX. Oh, that'd be so sweet. So sweet. But all right. I digress. I got 2 more. Oh, yep. Here we go. Kind of a mid card. Ooh, shiny. Mega Gallade EX. A steel type Gallade would be pretty sweet too. If this Pokemon has no damage counters on it, this deck does 150 more damage. That's pretty sweet. I mean, but it's also like pretty straightforward. I mean, the real big advantage here is the 350 health points. But I don't know if I'd make a deck out of it, just personally. And I mean, as I continue to make these videos, this is my first video. I mean, it's pretty obvious. But you'll come to find out that I'm just not a big fan of megas. Pretty much like any rule box. Like, it has to be something pretty substantial. Like I can't even pronounce this name. I gotta look up the lore on this Pokemon. But this EX that I got in here the Gourgeist. Kind of a goofy looking card for what it is. You hear the word, you hear the name Gourgeist. You're like, oh my gosh, this is about to be the creepiest, most insane looking card I've ever seen. And then look at this guy. He looks like a haunted squash. I mean, that's pretty much what he is. That's a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, all right. But that's enough of that. Sweet, one more energy. Oh, Octillery, he's always a good little stage 1 to add into because of his ink attacks. Yep, Jet of Ink during your opponent's next turn. If the defending Pokemon tries to use an attack, your opponent flips 2 coins. If either of them is tails, that attack doesn't happen. So after this attack, your opponent has a 33% chance of landing an attack on you. That's huge. and then boom, only one more energy, and you do land 120. That's a huge power hitter card for water. And I'm like Misty, man. I love me some water Pokemon. Kakuna. That'd be another one of like the stage ones I'm talking about. Like a stage 1 alpha Kakuna. And it has like a harden attack to where basically it's all like, it doesn't do any attack, but let's say it's like 3 leaf. And then just like down here in the description, it's all like the Pokemon, if this Pokemon is attacked the defending Pokemon, or place like 10 damage counters on the defending Pokemon, something like that. That'd be a sweet card. Also, if it was a steel type, and then it had harden attack, like 2 steel energies, 1 colorless, and it's like, basically like the same thing. If this Pokemon is attacked, place 10 damage counters on defending Pokemon. It's just sweet little ideas, man. This is the 4th different kind of Deoxys that we've had. Wow, this is chaotic. If this Pokemon has at least 2 extra energy attached, in addition to this attack's cost, this attack also does 120 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. I mean, that's 5. That's a lot. Not worth it. That's 5 turns. 4 if you've got a Crispin, 3 if you use Crispin twice. But I mean, you gotta be, that's pretty lucky. I mean, you're pushing your chances to be able to do that. But if you are able to do that, that's huge. But I mean, it's the trade-off is not worth it to me. Now the AZs, Stuntank, Ferrothorn. Okay, I think this is the first one we've seen of this. Startling drop during your opponent's turn. If this Pokemon is discarded from your deck by an effect of an attack or ability from your opponent's Pokemon, or by an effect of your opponent's item or supporter cards, discard the top 8 cards of your opponent's deck. I mean, I don't see that very, just based off the trainers that we've been pulling, I don't think that's very likely. But nonetheless, it looks pretty cool. And it does significant damage against a special energy. And again, we're talking 3, costs for the retreat. If you pair it with that special energy, the magnetic energy or whatever it was, such a great deal going on there. Okay, Quillfish. And yeah, Poison Point, pretty much they attack you. They're getting poisoned. Venoshock, if your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, attack test. Okay, yep, you're going into the deck. And another Xerneas. Right on. And that's it. And pretty much got the idea from going in for my deck. I'm gonna probably make another video specifically on building a deck. Off these other cards, I started building a deck. I had cards more suitable for a fire deck, but I'll just be frank with y'all. I'm not a big fan of fire. I just feel like that's everybody's go-to. And I don't want to be those guys where it's all like, I don't like something because everybody else does. It's just something about fire just rubs me the wrong way. Don't get me wrong, I like Charmeleon. Charmeleon's cool. Typhlosion's a cool, but those are starter Pokemon. Rapidash is pretty cool. But as far as like the other fire Pokemon, I could care less. And I think that had like the Mega Camerupt EX. I just don't see myself. Like if I was a Pokemon trainer, I could see myself just like Camerupt, I choose you. You know what I mean? Camerupt would be traded probably pretty quickly. But yeah, I'm T Cherry. I'm signing off, y'all.